This is
Alien eyes, got that sight divine. Awareness so sharp it cuts through time. We see beyond them ordinary lines. Open up your mind, let your vision shine. Alien eyes. This is Alien Eyes Awareness.
You.
Alien Eyes Awareness. I am Immortal Dead Rabbit, and we're here with.
MuMiT, the angel of death.
So, who are you? For the
I'm,
people who don't know you, who are you?
I'm a prophet of God, chosen 144, uh, one of God's favorite.
And what do you do?
I'm a philanthropist, not a full on, a philanthropist. I help people out in need, type shit.
So, curious, what does the word spirituality mean to you personally?
It means having a connection to source without religion.
So, what first awakened your spirituality? What first awakened your curiosity or that path?
I think when I was 9 and I was in Immaculate Conception Catholic, Roman Catholic school, what do you call that? Private school. I was in music class, and the musician teacher asked everybody what we were singing for the the song of the day, and nobody knew. And she asked me, and I just transferred to the school, and I didn't want to talk to nobody because I was really antisocial, given that I failed kindergarten for being antisocial. So I said, I don't know. His hand, what did I say? The world is in his hands. And she looked at me and she had a stone cold Steve Austin face. And she was like, that is exactly right. How did you know? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. And in my head, I was just like, I don't even want to talk no more. So can we get this moving on? And that was the first time that that I knew things without knowing where they came from. So I
So,
just
so
been spiritual ever since.
with that, do you believe every person has a purpose? Like, and if so, like, how would every person find their purpose?
I think everybody has a purpose, but I don't think it's to the needing to go out and like preach the word or go out and like find their purpose. I think their purpose is to help everyone else get along within life, like teach everybody from their mistakes, type shit.
So, how do you find that higher purpose or that divine higher power in yourself? How do you do that?
Everybody has their own way of finding it. Everybody's on their own journey, and when you find your epiphany that lets you know that you are connected to source one way or another, that is how you find it. Like me, it was just basically, you know, synchronicities all the time, finding synchronicities that blend in with my life, saying things that happened afterwards and stuff like that.
Do prayer or meditation or reflection and life play a role in your being?
I mean, yeah, it's not religious prayer. It's more or less praying to the highest source, the higher power. I call him Ima Abba, which means mother, father, because that is the creator of life, and everybody knows that it takes two to tangle to make creation into manifestation. You can't just be created by a female goddess or a male god, because that's absurd.
So okay, so how do signs, synchronicities, and messages from the universe relate to your life?
Well, basically, whenever I get a gut feeling about something and I know what it is toward, like, say, I I get a gut feeling about them being a good person or a bad person, and then they correlate the meaning of my feelings with their words, like they be telling on themselves, like, if they're a bad person, they'll start telling me about all the bad things that they do to other people. You know what I'm saying? If they're a good person, they'll just start talking about how everybody treats them wrong, but they be trying to help and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then I know it's like a synchronicity of them telling on what they do toward my feelings toward them, type stuff. Other things just be like, uh, I watch a program and something in the program will tell me not to do something, or I hear music and something in the music tells me not to do something, stuff like that.
About the doubts, fears, challenges in your journey. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think we need those in order to know where we're going, know who we are. Most people fear the doubts and the fear the challenges, but me, I look at them as guiding tools and lessons that I need to learn on this journey that we call life.
And what do you feel happens after we die, after life?
Well, I don't feel that we all have the same experiences, but I do know that I had experiences before I was a baby, before I came here. So I feel like I probably would go back to that same life after this human life, death, whatever you want to call it, ascension, maybe. Um, from what scientists have said, energy, which what we are made of, never dies. It's only transformed into something else. So I wouldn't say that we would die or unalive or whatever TikTok and YouTube want us to say is for the algorithm, blah, blah, blah. But I would say that we are transformed into something new. And the life that we are living now is just a stepping stone to something greater or worse, depending on how you choose to live this life.
So you believe the humans have a soul, spirit, or energy beyond the body then?
Yes, definitely.
How important is it then to love, have compassion, forgiveness in your spiritual practice?
Um, I think that in order to know yourself, you have to know your emotions, and your emotions are tied to, you know, sorrow, happiness, whatever have you, the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? And in order to know yourself, you have to feel that stuff. So you got to know that stuff in order to, like, in order to know something, you have to experience it. You can't go off of what everybody else says it is, like religion and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of people who know religion. There are a lot of people who know the Bible, but there are a lot of people who believe in religion, and there are a lot of people who believe in the Bible because they're going off of what other people say. And those people who know the Bible and know religion have their own experiences that they can base it on. So in order to know yourself, you have to know all these other uh, condiments of the whole sandwich of life.
So with that, do you lead that all path leads to the same truth, or are they different?
Eventually, yeah. I mean, we all came from the source, so I'm thinking the source is the only truth that we have. So we'll all go back to the source, just like they say. Um, your body came from the earth and it shall go back to the earth. Well, your soul, spirit, whatever you want to call it, I call it the soul because spirits are wicked, um, came from source. So it's got to go back to source. So definitely, yeah.
So with that being said, what wisdom would you share with someone just beginning their spiritual journey?
Um, feel everything to its fullest that you were put here to feel. Don't take it as an extension of yourself. Just take it as a learning lesson or stepping stone. You know what I'm saying? Feel it for what it is and then move past it for something greater.
What's the meaning of life?
The meaning of life. Well, everyone has their own ideas of the meaning of life, but the meaning of life would probably be, for me, um, you know, we were put here to learn what is the difference between love and hate. We are coming from this source, which is abundant love, and that's all we knew. We didn't know hate. So we're here in life, living it through all the good and the bad to learn the difference between love and hate so that we can go back and know why we are so loved by the Most High.
Well, once again, we thank you for sharing that knowledge
Yeah, you're
with
welcome.
all of us. We look forward to seeing more of you
You definitely will.
in the present future.
In present, future, past.
In the present future past.
Definitely.
And for those people who don't know where you can be found, where can you find you?
Right here on this channel, Alien Eyes Network, and on TikTok, you can find me on Alien Eyes Nation. Uh, all proceeds that you might want to donate go to helping People in Crisis Incorporated, which is another philanthropist uh, nonprofit organization that I work for. So you
Would
can look for
there,
them.
would there be anything else you would like to leave us with today?
Hmm. Be good to yourself. Be good to those people around you. Don't ever think that someone's evil inherently.
Alien eyes, got that sight divine. Awareness so sharp because through time we seen beyond them ordinary lines. Open up your mind, let your vision shine. Alien eyes. This is Alien Eyes Awareness.